Yeah, hello scrappers. Working on some of this aluminum this morning. Try to get it knocked out if I can today, but I don't know, it's supposed to be pretty warm. Not sure exactly what that is. Aluminum pipe. Plastic in this end. We got a interesting little bit of excitement this morning. I was over here in this room here, kind of straightening up over here, getting through some of this stuff, seeing what I've got, and so I'm digging out extension cords and whatnot. So I'm wanting to eventually take this metal down off this wall, and on the other side it kind of goes uphill, so a lot of the water, when it rains hard, drains down the hill. I've got a ditch dug out there, but it kind of fills up a lot of times to the gaps in the rain gutter, so I'll have to work on that too. Then I want to make a cement stem wall down through here and dig that ditch out better, and probably cement the bottom and another side over here in, make it easy to clean out. And then I don't know if you can kind of see the hill, kind of goes uphill slightly, probably at least from there to the pole, 1.5 2 foot, and water comes running down here and it runs into the shop. So, and then I'll probably end up pouring a little slab over here because I want to move that wooden shelf out of the other room into here, give me more room for that solar. And I plan on getting this plastic roof off of here and putting metal on. Maybe it won't radiate heat quite so bad. So I figure I can fit that shelf in between that barrel and this post. There's my flux core welder down there. But I was in here and then I heard something out in the other room. I thought my wife's out there dragging something. So I walked back here, and I had a plastic bag up there with a can of great stuff in it. And a couple cans. Actually, I still got a can down here. So one of the cans fell and somehow landed right in this bucket of wire and punctured a hole in it, and was spraying in there. And you can see I got a big pile down there. And then I picked it up and was kind of walking around. Thought, where am I going to dispose of this thing? And it's spewing out foam everywhere. Brought it over. I was going to throw it in the garbage can. I thought, man, I don't know, that'd put a big old foam block in there and I'd probably never get it out. I got foam. It's pretty well hardened up now, so I can pretty well clean it up now. I got a little bit down in that bucket. I finally ended up throwing the can in here because I had some foam up around the edges on that anyway from bunch of barrels I bought for burn barrels. It had a bunch of the A and B component in it, so some of that foamed up in there. So I ended up throwing it in there, but yeah, I got a little mess to clean up. So you never know what's going to happen around here. Always something. Yeah, I got a bunch of wire over here. I got a strip. And that stuff there is really thin stuff anyway. Come out of light ballast, fluorescent lights. The ballast is real thin wire. It's solid wire though. I can actually strip that to that strip meister. But it takes time, and they're so, that wire is so small. You work 2-3 hours to get a pound, so it's not on my top of my priority list. So what I'm working on today is some of this aluminum, mainly extrusion left. I got a couple pieces of sheet aluminum way over there that's got some silicone on it. You can see it there in the center. A couple pieces of that over there. And then I got a little bit in the blue tub. That silicone, I just take this drill with this wire wheel on it, and it gets that silicone off pretty good. So occasionally I'll get some stuff in here that I'll use it cleaned up. So cleaning this stuff up a vise really comes in handy. I still got to get this little foam strip out of there. I'll go ahead and set this up in the tripod. I got these two pieces pretty cleaned up. Now I could probably scrape that edge there a little bit. It's got a little bit on there, so I'll throw that back in the vise here in a minute. Yeah, sometimes on these I get lucky and I give this a little push, and it gets the whole strip in one piece. That little foam weather stripping. A lot of times they'll have it crimped at the end or something, so I end up having to maybe take a knife and cut it and work it out of there. This got a little bit of that purple paint, violet, whatever you want to call it. But this one here is kind of built up. The one I had on the table over there. So let's see. Won't take too much to clean that off. I try to make it look pretty decent, but aluminum is one of those things that the price per pound isn't the greatest. It's, you know, 30, 40 cents, 50, 30, 40 cents a pound roughly, and it takes a lot of aluminum to make a pound. So yeah, it's not one of my favorite metals for cleaning, but it's still got to be done, or sell it as dirty aluminum. And I know a lot of you guys, if you don't have the time, if you don't have the time, you got to do what you got to do. A lot of people, it wouldn't be worth the time because they work on such volume. Looks like I got a screw still at this end. Yep, two of them. Clamp it down right there. Grab my 1/4 inch nut driver. If I can get in there. Yeah, I got a bite on it. Little piece there. I'll throw that in a sheet. I got a bucket right here on the bucket shelf. Got a bunch of putty right there. Sometimes I have to best thing, just take a flat screwdriver, cold chisel, something like that. So I say a vise is very handy. And a lot of times it's pretty dirty in there. I grab my wire brush. Try to get it cleaned up pretty good. And from there I cut it down into smaller pieces. Okay, this one here's got, looks like spray foam down in here. And then it's got a piece of rubber strip there. The rubber strip just slides right off. That doesn't always happen. Yeah, sometimes you just got, on this foam, you just got to start at one end, just kind of work it out the other way. I got a little spring right there too. And towards the ends, usually there's screws, or you can see where the screw was. Got to check it, make sure there's not one broke off in there. If there are, then what I do, I try to just get in there with a hammer and try to knock the screwdriver back and forth. It's kind of difficult right here because the side's kind of bent inward. It helps a little. Let's see. Yeah, I can feel the magnet pulling on that. Okay, that one came right out. That one's out. And 99% of that foam is out of there, so I'd say that one's clean enough. And what do we got on this one? I got a couple here. A couple little ones. Just have this piece of plastic in there. Okay, I looked at the monitor. It says recovering data, so I said, okay. So apparently I lost some footage there. Yeah, this has got the fuzzy stuff here. It doesn't want to just push out. So usually what I try to do is get in there with the box knife and make a few passes. And then a lot of times it'll come out in just a few pieces. Okay, that one's done. Throw that in the trash can. That one doesn't look too bad. I'm going to turn that around, maybe get a better view of it this way. And this strip comes off pretty easy. And like I said, I try to see if I can get a push here, but if it's crimped in, which a lot of them are, I think this box knife blade is getting pretty dull. I was at the lumber yard the other day and I didn't think about getting those hook style box knife blades. I need to get a package of those. I think I got one or two left. One or two blades left. Now, Harbor Freight carries them too. I'm not sure what brand they carry or the quality. Now, this one's got some silicone down this edge. And try to zoom in a little bit here. You see right here, the silicone can be hard to get off. I don't know how loud this drill is going to be. So if you got earbuds in, you may turn the volume down. As you can see, that drill with that wire wheel takes that silicone right off of there. It works real good. Got a little paint buildup on this side, plus a little bit of putty. So they painted over the putty. This box knife's cutting through it pretty good. Getting the majority of it. And I'll go back and kind of clean it up a little better with the flat screwdriver. Another thing that works pretty good on this is like an old wood chisel. Yeah, if you got bad elbows, you may not want to do what I was just doing. Use a hammer. Even just a small hammer. It doesn't take a lot of force, you just tap on it. It's pretty clean there now. Nothing in the end. Okay, so we got that part. Let me grab another one of these frames. And these just kind of go around and look for screws. I got 2 here and 2 on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 1/4 inch bit in there and make fast work of it. I don't have this cross piece at the other end, so somebody's already taken it off. That one came right off. If they don't, I'll use my little hammer and bump it. Now this has got a little bitty screw right there and one right here. And the magnet does stick to those 2 little bitty screws. So I'm gonna got my little screwdriver. It looks like it's got a little slot in there. He's coming, but not very willingly. There's one. I think all that was doing is holding this little, man, silicone. Sometimes when that silicone is real thick like that, sometimes you can sometimes it comes off pretty good with just a good putty knife. Your scraper. As dirty as nasty as that side is, that's one of those deals I take the wire brush to. Just clean it up a little bit. Okay, that one's pretty clean. Okay, this cross piece has got a couple screws in it. So there's that piece. Okay, a little Phillips screw right here. And that piece is sheet aluminum, I think, or stainless. The way it looks, I bet it's stainless. Let me hit it over here on the grinder. Yep, I saw sparks. Saw sparks of flying, so yeah, that's stainless. And I missed the bucket. I'll find it again one of these days. And I'll say, is this stainless or is this aluminum? And I'll have to check it again. I got a tub full of little stuff down there. I need to get on that one of these days. Get all that cleaned up. Okay, and this I got silicone, so I'll probably have to take the grinder to that. And then on this piece still, this is the piece of the window. Still have a screw there. It's not letting it get on it on that end. Let me try the nut driver. Okay, yeah, I can get in there with that. I think the other one, the body of the thing is just too big a diameter. Now this here is just kind of pressed in, so that'll come right off of there. I got the fuzzy felt here, so that'll have to be cleaned up yet. Turn this over. Need to kind of re-aim here. This is one I have to use the nut driver on. You got the rubber. Other than that, yeah, I'll take the wire brush to it or something, clean it just a little bit. Okay, that's dismantled. Here we got a couple Phillips screws. Yeah, I got a Phillips hanger right here. A lot of times these latches, you got a little metal piece and a little spring down in there. But other than that, it's usually kind of a pot metal, or it's cast aluminum, but it probably has a little more zinc in it. So what they might call die cast. I got a little fuzzy felt down in there. So I guess I can show that little trick on there. Put this on the grinder again. So I ground a little spot on it, and then I got a copper sulfate mixed up in my jug. It's basically Zep root killer, which I have some of that copper sulfate on my Amazon affiliate page. There'll be a link in the description below the video. I put like 1 teaspoon per jug. You just spray a little bit on there. If it turns dark, then it's got a lot of zinc in it, so I throw it in die cast. And if it stays clear, then it's cast aluminum. And if it look really close, it bubbles a little bit, it's magnesium. So there's that little plastic piece. Part of that, I mean, I think the rest of it just disintegrated. It's pretty good, pretty heavy piece of extruded aluminum. Yeah, pretty much that pile I got out there, I got a little bit in a tote towards the back of the workshop, and then I got, like I say, a couple pieces of that flat over there. And then I'll be pretty well caught up on my aluminum and get back onto brass and copper. Yeah, I got a bunch of dishwashers out there I need to get broke down and make me some room. So, yeah, this one I think I just needed to clean that spot up a little bit with the wire brush. Make it look pretty. That one there's pretty clean. So this video's starting to get long, so I'm going to have to cut it short here. Got a piece of plastic. Let me go ahead and get this one. Popped it out. It's got a little crimp mark here and a little crimp there, so they do that so it won't slide. What you can do is, yeah, you slide it down this way in the vise. Yeah. And I got the little felt piece. Yeah, see a crimp here, a crimp here, crimp there, so this isn't going to slide. So that's where I just take the center piece is ripped right on out of there, and everything else comes out pretty easy. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and hope you guys are having a good summer, finding lots of good scrap. And I want to remind everybody about my Amazon affiliate link. There'll be a description below the video. Got quite a few tools and consumables, cutting discs and whatnot on there. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe.